So today's webinar is about making sure that you are holiday ready for your organization with regards to GenAI integration that can help you out. So today's team, we have got Usha, who's our practice lead at Incepta Solutions. We've got Parth, who's our director of technology at Incepta Solutions. We have Ismit, who is the MuleSoft solutions engineer from Salesforce, and myself, Farhan Kever, the director of partner engagement here at Incepta Solutions. I'm your host for today. With that said, I want to go over the agenda. The agenda, again, we've done welcome and introductions. We're going to talk about the challenges and what's at stake, with regards to why disconnected systems and batch processes are costly these days. We're going to talk about the blueprint in terms of composable integrations, which is reusable building blocks for APIs. And then operationalizing Gen AI in retail. We're going to talk about AI and agentic experiences for personalization to help prevent fraud, to better services and supply chain optimization. We're also going to talk about the accelerators and lifestyles, how you can reuse MuleSoft retail accelerators and speed up the reusage of these APIs as well. And speed up deployment is what I meant. We're going to go with Q&A after that, and then we'll talk about what we have in store for you. So all those attendees, we would like to say, thank you for attending. Plus, we want to give you a gift. And to hear what the gift is, you'll have to wait until the end of the event. So moving on, we'll do a quick poll here, and I'm just going to show that here while we move on. I would appreciate you guys responding to this. That'll be fantastic. Let me know when you can respond to this. While you guys are responding, I'm just going to talk about moving forward. So if you can please respond to this, we'll give it another 10, 15 seconds, and then we'll move on. I appreciate that. Thanks. Okay. I'm going to move on ahead. So we've got the results of that. Quickly share with you, a lot of people feel that their environment is too disconnected, right? In terms of slowing down innovations and customer experience. So that is the response we have so far. Now, again, this is a disclaimer just to make sure that whatever you're hearing here, some of this may be not even announced yet. It may come up. So we want to make sure that's the disclaimer here. What you guys are listening to is some of the content is still confidential. So you have the first step at this. So moving on, I will now like to hand over to Parth, who will take us through some of the slides here, and then we will get to the other speakers as well. So Parth, over to you.
Thanks, Farhan. Let's ground this in what's really happening with holiday behavior and where integration becomes a performance lever, not just plumbing. And here are the true facts. 1 in 4 online adults now starts holiday shopping in October or earlier. So any delay between channels and systems quietly turns into missed revenue when the clock is ticking fastest. At Incepta, we help prominent retail clients with integration to connect inventory, orders, and service in real time so the experience feels consistent and human at peak, which is why we are seeing lifts in service satisfaction, organizational efficiency, and cost reduction happen together, not just as a trade-offs. 81% of Canadian retailer executives say they must invest in Gen AI to stay competitive. But Gen AI only performs when it's fed by a clean, connected backbone, Otherwise, it's just another demo that never scales beyond the pilot stage. With online representing 16.3% of sales for North American brands, the gap between the promise at the front end and the truth in the back end has to close in real time. And integration is how those promises actually hold up from first click to final mile. So guys, think of integration as performance architecture. When the platform harmonizes systems, the business delivers under pressure without hoping a nightly batch catches up tomorrow. Next slide, please. Now try to build on this fact. The smartest retailers aren't choosing between growth and productivity. They are getting both. They personalize to lift revenue and loyalty, unify shopper and inventory data so everyone works from the same truth, and run real-time analytics so promos protect margin instead of eroding it. Now here is why it has been hard. 93% of IT leaders still struggle to integrate data across systems. Only 29% of applications are connected through for enough for AI or agents to be at least somewhat effective. And 62% of CTOs say their data foundations aren't yet configured for GenAI or agentic AI transformation. So what is the way through? The way through is composable API-led architecture. You need to make inventory, order, customer 360, returns, and payments reusable services with governance and observability, so channels and teams can safely consume them again and again. And when that lands, time to market shortens, supply chains stabilize, and decisions stop relying on yesterday's batch. That's when AI stops being a slide and becomes a true growth driver. Next slide, please. Now let's make this tangible with retail agents. So what is retail agent? What could be classified as a retail agents? So think about a retail agent as an AI-powered teammate that really understands context, follows policy, and takes action across systems. For example, inventory agent checks stock, reserves a unit, order agent reroutes an order, issues a refund, and updates the customer record with an audit trail for every decision. And that's how speed and trust scale together. But here is the straight talk. If the architecture, remember integration performance architecture, if it is not agent ready, meaning no clean domain APIs, no gateway policies, no monitoring, then even the smartest model, whether it's a GPT-5, Cloudy, or Gemini 2.5, they cannot do real work safely or repeatedly, which is why great demos become pilots that never scale. So what does the blueprint look like? It looks like this: API-led connectivity for inventory, order, customer 360, return, and payment. Full life cycle for versioning and reuse, and an orchestration fabric to discover, govern, and route agents using open standards with visual decision traces. And what launches fast and pays payback quickly? In my opinion, 3 agents. First is inventory accuracy agent that can listen on POS, WMS, and e-commerce signals and able to reconcile deltas and log stock before oversell. Then second comes in my mind is order rescue agent that sees a carrier exception and triggers a redelivery for pickup within policy while closing the loop in CRM and OMS. And third is a return and refund agent that can validate eligibility, post the refund, and updates the customer profile with rate limits and security enforced at the gateway. So one takeaway, if I can say for you to take away at your home, is that agents create compounding value only when backbone of integration is production grade and governed. Without that, they become siloed automations and compliance risk. And with it, they become safe, scalable teammates that pay off quickly and keep paying through peak. Farhan, back to you to take us into the next segment.
Thank you very much. So what we'll do is we will quickly do another poll here while we wait and get the other speakers ready to go. So here's the other poll. Okay. That's good. All right, we are now going to end the poll and let's have a quick look at the results. And this is the result that we have. So if you could automate one part of your retail operations today, which one would you choose? And a lot of them are talking about customer experience. No surprise there. And we also have people who want to look at supply chain operations as well. So appreciate your feedback on this. Thank you. So we're now moving over to our next speaker, Usha. Over to you.
Thank you, Farhan. Traditional integration approaches to integration are slow and costly. So when we say traditional integration approaches, we refer to the older ways in which systems, applications, data, all of them were connected. So we're talking about a pre-iPaaS, pre-API-led, pre-native cloud era. So they were pretty much point to point, as you can see here, and very heavy with lots of customizations, making them very difficult to maintain and scale as required. So imagine adding a new system to this point-to-point spaghetti, right? It had high cost, slow time to market, a lot of maintenance issues, again, scalability, performance issues because of the inflexible design. When we talk about the data layer, the data would have been inconsistent, duplicate, and isolated because there was no unified data layer. And probably enforcing security and compliance would have been a nightmare here. And again, because of all these point-to-point connections, vendor lock-in risks would have been very huge. So there are a lot of drawbacks with this traditional approach. Next slide, please. So with this, we propose an enterprise integration for speed, scale, and compliance. So let's look at a challenge that we have and a proposed solution to that challenge. We have a large retail chain who wants to offer two options. The first one is buy online and pick up in store, and the second is ship from store. But all of their systems like e-commerce, POS, warehouse, all of them are disconnected, and stock data is only updated nightly. So this causes customers to order items that are not in stock. Store associates are not aware of online reservations. There are delays in order fulfillment, canceled orders. This will impact your revenue and brand trust. And they are also not able to handle holiday volumes. So what is the solution that we propose? Use an enterprise integration, MuleSoft Anypoint platform, to integrate all the core systems via real-time APIs. So this will allow instant stock checks across different systems, automatic reservation of items to prevent any overselling. You can see routing of orders for pickup, delivery across different systems without any issues. You have real-time updates to CRM and customer notification. And again, holiday volumes would be handled without any incidents. So this will ensure that you can focus on your growth, onboarding of new partners, and building brand image rather than focusing on your day-to-day technical challenges. So MuleSoft as an enterprise integration will allow, so here is where we are tying back to the title of the slide. It will allow speed of innovation, it will allow scale on demand, and it will allow compliance at every stage of your organization. Next slide, please. Connect, automate, and scale AI-powered experiences. So is it enough in today's world to just integrate systems with industry best practices? We all want more, right? So this is where we want to seamlessly connect the different data applications. We want to automate complex workflows and scale innovation with AI-driven experiences that will accelerate growth, and it will unlock our competitive advantage. So to enable you in your agentic journey, MuleSoft has 4 strengths. The first is integration. So first step, if you see here, is to make sure that you unlock your data. Your data is not in silos. All essential data is unlocked and it is discoverable by APIs. The second is automation. So you have to invoke APIs, or you have to define orchestration to perform business actions across systems on your data. So we have now unlocked the data. We have allowed actions to be performed on or with our data. What is the next step? The next step would be API management. So we have to compose or build modular APIs and manage them in such a way that they are reusable to build fast. And then the fourth strength is agentic experience. So this is where we will enable all the autonomous and semi-autonomous digital agents to work together in a secure, scalable, and governed way. Next slide, please. Composable enterprise architecture for your digital transformation. So what is composable enterprise architecture? And how does it relate to the Mule ecosystem? And eventually, how will it enable you in your agentic journey? So we're going to go through that in the next few slides. Composable enterprise architecture, it is an evolution of long-standing best architectural principles that fits today's digital and cloud-first world. So what is it? It is a modular approach to designing your enterprise systems that can evolve. And it allows to create reusable, flexible business capabilities, which can be put together as required. So it has 5 pillars. The first is modularity, autonomy, discoverability, orchestration, and flexibility. So we'll go through each one of them. The first one is modularity. So systems are broken into smaller parts that function independently, but they integrate seamlessly. So I'll give you an example here. So you have modules like product master data, shopping cart, payment, order management, shipping, right? All of these modules can evolve completely independent of each other, but they will work together to deliver supreme shopping experience. The next is autonomy. So each component can be built, deployed, and managed, and it can be scaled on its own. The third is discoverability. So you have built modules, but what is the use if they are not found? So your modules should be easily found for reusability across different teams and platforms so that they can be reused there, and eventually it will lead to reduction in projects timeline. The fourth pillar is orchestration. So this is where, you cannot just build one module and you're done with it. No, you have to have the capability to allow these modules to work together based on some business logic. This is called as orchestrated workflows. And then the fifth pillar is flexibility. So this is the hallmark of modular or composable systems. Why? Because modular systems are loosely coupled, so we can easily change one component without breaking the whole. So now we have enabled composable enterprise architecture using MuleSoft for your organization. And this is a strong enabler for your agentic experience. Next slide, please. How does MuleSoft innovate with speed? So we talked about composable enterprise architecture. We talked about MuleSoft and agentic experience. This picture will, or this image will tie all of them together, and I'll try to explain it better here. So at the bottommost layer, we have all of your organization resources. So it could be your ERP systems, legacy systems, your document repository, your payment gateways, etc. So the first step of a composable architecture we saw was to unlock your data. So how do we achieve it with MuleSoft? MuleSoft allows us to define a 3-tier API architecture. And at the bottom, if you see, we have the system layer, which is a set of APIs that interact with the organization systems, and it helps to unlock the data. Now your data is unlocked using system APIs. Next, we need to define actions based on some business logic on this data. So this is, as I said before, it's called as orchestrated workflows. And it happens with the APIs that are part of the process layer. of MuleSoft. So now you have unlocked your data, you have allowed business transactions to be performed on the data using system and process APIs. Next, we want the outside world, which is, if you see at the very top, you see customer mobile, dashboards, CRM partners, right? So this is the outside world. You want them to access your business flows in a secured way. For this, we define experience APIs that would allow faster channel and partner engagement by reusing tried and tested APIs, thereby driving your growth. So we have seen how MuleSoft helps drive composable enterprise architecture across your organization. And we also mentioned that it's a strong enabler for your agentic journey. So where does your agentic journey start? If you see here, you see MuleSoft's digital workforce. So this is where all of the specialized digital agents like your sales, customer, marketing, all your AI agents work together with RPA, automation, and the APIs that you've built to execute business processes at speed, securely, and at scale. This allows us humans to focus on higher value work. Next slide, please. So now we have seen how composability is one of the main architecture design patterns and how MuleSoft supports it to enable your agentic journey. Composability also enables IT to move very fast. It helps accelerate innovation with integration, API management, and automation. So we have worked with many of our retail and CPG clients in their digital transformation journey to composable enterprise architecture. So how did we do that? So first, we identified initial business use cases in the first phase of the project, and we delivered it successfully. And over time, more use cases and business problems are added to the project plan to build APIs that are reusable. So over time, we build a very strong ecosystem and network of APIs that are manageable, composable, and reusable, and it will ultimately lead to 3 times faster project delivery. Next slide, please. So this slide talks about some powerful retail industry solutions that can be achieved with MuleSoft, which is a very good enterprise integration platform. So first is your unified shopper experience and omni-channel retail. So here we have supreme shopping experience that can be experienced by the customers, which will eventually ensure increased customer loyalty, higher conversion, more channels leading to growth for the organization, and effective marketing. Next is supply chain resilience and direct-to-consumer expansion. So here we see improved operational efficiency, reduced disruptions, and faster time to market for new sales channels. Real-time inventory, visibility, and scalability. So again, you don't have any out of stock or overstocks. You have better fulfillment and enhanced customer satisfaction. And another solution would be around document processing, which is automated, and workflow intelligence. So here again, because of automation, there will be reduced manual effort with faster onboarding, improved compliance, and higher productivity with real-time insights. Next slide, please. So MuleSoft is the only platform which provides full API lifecycle management capabilities. So there are 5 phases to the lifecycle. You have documentation, contract, publishing, implementation, security and governance, and monitoring. So the first one is your documentation or contract. So this is where we define the APIs in such a way that they can be reused. It can be available for the wider audience, and it can be reused. And this is provided by the web-based designer, which is part of the platform. The next is publishing. Publishing the API contract and mocking the service is essential for its discoverability. So for this, we have the exchange, which is another module of the platform. Implementation is where the actual intelligence and orchestration and transformation of the API happens. So this is the brain behind your business workflow. We have IDE, Studio, and Code Builder for this. Security and governance is the next one. So MuleSoft, by default, it adopts a security by design principle. So here we have rules which specify how the API should expose the data. So this is basically very relevant when you have to expose your APIs externally. So we have a web-based console for API management. And the next is monitoring. So here we have relevant dashboards that are real-time for API, for monitoring the API performance and behavior. So this one would enable and ensure that we can measure, analyze for improvement of our APIs. Again, this is a web-based console. Next slide, please. So there is another term that you see here, accelerators. MuleSoft accelerators are key features of MuleSoft, which are pre-built, customizable solution frameworks that include API specifications, integration templates, all the required documents. So these MuleSoft accelerators are ready-to-use integration framework, which will help companies implement solutions like your supply chain, claims processing, etc., much faster than building from scratch. So the key advantages of using MuleSoft accelerators would be faster and easier implementation, flexibility to extend and adapt, and it has Retail's best practices embedded in it. So as you can see, you have a few metrics here on the right side. So here, MuleSoft accelerators, they speed your delivery, they reduce cost, and they improve quality, all the while embedding industry best practices, standards, and they are key features for reusability. And on that note, I hand it back to you, Farhan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha. Really appreciate it. We will now go to the third poll. If you can please respond to this, that'll be fantastic. And then we will move on to our next speaker. So we'll give you about 10 seconds to go ahead and respond to this. And the question is, what areas do you see the most immediate opportunity for GenAI plus integration in your organization? And the options are unified customer experience, real-time inventory visibility, supply chain resilience, or automated document workflow processing. I'm going to end the poll now, and we do have some interesting answers. Many people have, in fact, everyone has responded with unified customer experiences. So thank you very much for that. What we'll do is now move on to the next speaker. And the next speaker we have is Ismit. 1 minute. Let me just make sure we've got, there we go. Ismit, over to you.
Thanks, Farhan. Hello, everyone. So as Usha mentioned, MuleSoft has always and often provided accelerators based on the industry. And with those accelerators, we have been providing quick connections, helping resolve siloed data problems and the fragmentation challenges. But it's not just that. On an average, what we see is about 900 apps or hundreds of apps deployed by each business. And they're fragmented, they are siloed, they are not sharing the data properly. And with the new terms, with the new innovation, we are seeing AI popping up everywhere, AI and the agents. And imagine these 900 plus or hundreds of apps that you see. With each app, an AI agent is popping up. And we have hundreds of AI agents now, which are embedded in their SaaS applications, maybe built in-house by your businesses, or even some of them are packaged with LLMs that we use. Isn't it leading towards a new kind of problem, new yet old? Isn't it time that we start thinking about how to resolve problems before we even create them? So with that, we need to look into what sort of issues these AI agents popping everywhere produce and how we can resolve them. So moving on to the issues, Farhan. Farhan, next slide, please. Thank you. Thank you. So once these AI agents are have popped up, think of these agents as teams that are not communicating, teams who are streamlined in their own workflow, and they are told and given instructions that these are the set jobs that they have to implement and fulfill. What will this produce? This will produce siloed agents, trapped values where we won't be able to orchestrate across domains. We won't be able to orchestrate these agents across your entire business processes, which will result in inconsistent experiences. And it's not just inconsistent experiences, it will also result in security and compliance risk. Because when there are so many agents popping up, we do not know which agents are secure. Are we even providing the solutions with security confidence? I don't know. I'm not sure about it. And this entirety of inconsistencies results in inefficient workflows. So imagine the team of agents or even team of humans who do not talk to each other and are set with their own work. They won't communicate to each other. And then what happens is when one person needs to fulfill another job on which it was not instructed to provide and fulfill the job, it won't give you results. These agents are not sustainable, and we need to make sure that we maintain these agents properly. Next slide, please. So think of all of these agents popping up as, maybe we can call it as agent sprawl. And we have heard similar words before. We have heard API sprawl before. We have seen exact same problem with APIs, and MuleSoft has been the #1 leader where it has helped orchestrate APIs, manage them, govern them, secure them. Now MuleSoft is here once again to do the exact same thing, but with agents which orchestrate across domains, which are managed, secure. Once they are secure and managed, orchestrated, and cataloged, they are reusable, they are discoverable. Then you can embrace open standards like A2A and MCP to scale your agentic enterprise. You will evolve your enterprise towards agentic future with ease and with security. Next slide, please. So what does MuleSoft as a platform provide? MuleSoft allows you to govern any agent hosted anywhere. Ensure that it is controlled, compliant across every system, across every agent. MuleSoft allows you to be enterprise-grade ready with your agents that you're deploying today and be future-proof. You can orchestrate these agents. And once these agents are orchestrated, you can list them. Observe every interaction amongst each agent. What that does is gain insight. You will be turning your black box of agents into transparent system and making sure that the solution that you're building today and tomorrow are efficient and optimized. Next slide, please. Next slide. Thank you. So let's double click into it. I have said that MuleSoft platform allows you to govern, orchestrate, and monitor your agents. How do you do that? It's almost exact same step that Usha was mentioning a little while ago. By discovering your agents, making sure that all the agents that you're interacting with or you're building are cataloged. You are able to see all these agents under a single pane of glass so that you know which agent is instructed to do what work, and are these agents being reused? Can they be reused? Are they using the right tools across the ecosystem to provide you uninterrupted, efficient workflows? Are these agents orchestrated? Can these agents talk to each other? Do you have an Uber agent to help them talk to each other? Are they governed? Because security and compliance are #1 priority for any organization. We have to ensure that our whatever agents and whatever new projects that we're building are secured. And then visibility. Imagine you're able to visualize all your agents under a visualizer. And now you know exactly which agent has what policies, is connected to which agent, is talking to which agent, and which business process is being implemented under one umbrella of agents. And you can do all of that and more using the MCP and A2A protocol. Because once, if you do not have agentic ready tools and data, you can use MCP and A2A protocol to connect them and agentify your organization. So in conclusion, moving on to the next slide. So in conclusion, MuleSoft is the only platform which will allow you to create the foundation to govern and orchestrate your agents on an enterprise level. Make sure that they're scalable. You will be able to extend the security and control to your agents, system agnostic or agnostic of where they were built. You can take actionability using protocols like MCP and A2A. And I was just in a call where somebody said that it is funny how we take this intelligent tooling and management so for granted. It is funny we say that it is essential, it is a basic need, but yet even today our organizations are documenting and cataloging all the APIs and agents manually and are struggling in how we can manage them. And with MuleSoft as the intelligent tooling, you will be able to agentify your enterprise. Back to you, Farhan.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. What I would like to do is share some of the, sorry, let me just go back here. Okay. So I want to share some of the experiences we have here, and I apologize, this slide is a bit cut at the top. So we worked with a client, which is a leading pet specialty retailer in Canada, and their challenges were, they had memory leaks, they had single point of failure because they had on-prem MuleSoft APIs, which were prone to all these issues, and also they were lacking disaster recovery. And then we helped them in terms of migrating the MuleSoft on-prem to Cloud Hub 2.0. This not only helped them, improve performance, availability, and operational stability, but it also gives them readiness for AI and agentic use cases as well. So, this client is now ready to move there, and I believe this is the right opportunity for retail customers to look at their APIs and their platform for integrations to see what they can do from an AI and agentic readiness perspective. With that said, I will now move on to just give you a little bit of brief about Incepta Solutions. Incepta, we're a MuleSoft partner and a Salesforce partner as well. We do have over 50 certified MuleSoft consultants. We have 15 plus MuleSoft clients. We've done over 1,500 plus API migrations. Our consultants do have over 200 certifications from a MuleSoft perspective. What else can I say? We are globally based, and we've been in partnership with MuleSoft over 10 years. And we have 5 MuleSoft Power products that we're marketing as well. We were recognized as a go-to-market champion for MuleSoft as well from MuleSoft. I will now. So moving on, what I'd like to do, and as I promised, we have a gift for you guys, and this is it. So it's not something that you can take with you, but hopefully this is something you can bring to your organization. It's a free platform assessment that we do have. Even though it says May 16th here, we've extended it to the end of the year, because we've had some really good responses from previous webinars. So this is an integration platform assessment that we're doing for our customers, that we look at infrastructure, business processes, solution design and application, and we look at security, which is API related, not security in terms of the whole cybersecurity perspective. And what we deliver, we'll give you a quick analysis of your, based on the assessment of your application integration environment. We give you recommendations with regards to target state and where you need to be. And then we'll give you a roadmap on how you can achieve that to reach to your target state. We'll give you recommendations on best practices to improve software delivery, risks, program, and change management as well. With that said, I want to say thank you very much to everyone who has attended. Really appreciate you taking the time. My special thanks to all the panelists. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you in our next webinar, which will be coming soon. Keep your eyes open, and we will be posting something soon. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.